How's it going, guys? Again, また会います。We meet again. Is it working? Okay. So yeah, 300. 300. 376日連続。376日連続。Okay, so yeah, let's just continue. 続ける。いつでも続ける。決して止まらない。let's just start. Let's just start. KM, hello, bro. How is it going? KM. Another day, another Japanese learning. Yeah, the journey continues. The journey is not going to stop. There is no chance. チャンスがありません。There is no chance. ありません。チャンスがありません。There is no chance that we are going to stop until we reach 1,000 days, until we speak 日本語ポラポラペラペラペラペラペラペラ It's just how it is. ここなら
龍崎たちが見ることができる。
龍崎たちが見ることができる。ここなら龍崎たちが見ることができる。If it's from here, Ryuzaki and the others can see. Ryuzaki and the others can see for us from here. If it's from here, Ryuzaki and the others can see us.
嘘つくな。
嘘つくな Don't lie. 嘘つくな Don't lie.
きっと欲しい。
きっと欲しい is definitely a star. Send. きっと欲しい is definitely a star.
きっと欲しい。
きっと欲しい I'm sure it's a star.
あんたみたいな人。
あん
嫌い。
あんたみたいな人大嫌い I despise people like you あんたみたいな人大嫌い I despise people like you あんたみたいな人大嫌い I despise people like you hate people like you
その顔はあまり信じてないよな。
その顔はあまり信じてないよな。That face does not believe me. You don't look like you believe me. That your face doesn't seem to believe me. You don't believe me. その顔はあまり信じてないよな。She looks like she doesn't believe me. That face doesn't really look like she believes me.
正確に言えば午後1時頃。
正確に言えば午後1時頃。正確に言えば means precisely speaking. If we speak precisely, 正確に言えば午後1時頃。About 1 o'clock in the 午後 in the noon at noon. PM. Yeah, PM. Precisely speaking, at around 1 o'clock.
風が立つ。生きようと試みなければならない。
風が立つ。生きようと試みなければならない。風が立つ。
生きようと試みなければならない。
生きようと試みな。風が立つ。生きようと試みなければならない。風が立つ。風が立つ。生きようと試みなければならない。風が立つ。生きようと試みなければならない。The wind is standing. We must try to live. We must try to live. The wind is rising. We must try to live.
今のは聞かなかったことにするよ。
今の聞かなかったことにするよ。今のは聞かなかったことにするよ。今のは聞かなかったことにするよ。聞かなかったことにするよ。I will pretend to not have heard what you said just now. I pretend I didn't hear that. I pretend I didn't hear that. Okay.
本当の名前があるのに。
本当の名前があるのに。The true name. But even though you have a real name, even though she has a real name, 本当の名前があるのに。
そのままでいいんですよ。
そのままでいいんですよ。Stay as you are. Stay the way you are. そのままでいいんですよ。You're fine the way you are. そのままでいいんですよ。
人の命が失われたのに。
人の命が失われたのに。人の命が means 人の命が命 I forgot what 命 means 失われたのになのに even though we lost yeah I don't know even though a person's life was lost 命 means life 人の命が失われたのに even though a person's life was lost
こんな素敵なのに
even though it's this beautiful, this wonderful
お願いまだソードを使わなきゃいけないの
お願いまだソード使わなきゃいけないの I beg you use the sword again you must use the sword again まだソードを使わなきゃいけないのPlease, I still have to use. I steal. Mada means I steal, not mata. I always confuse mada with mata somehow. So, I still have to use the sword.
なかなかいい感じですね。
なかなかいい感じですにゃ。It feels quite nice. It feels quite good. It's quite a nice feeling.
そういえば俺、
It's a quite nice feeling.
密則に謝らなきゃいけない。
Ewin, how is it going? How is it going? Nab and Yuki as well is with us, so we have the whole crew. KM, Ewin, and Yuki. How is it going, guys?
そういえば俺、密則に謝らなきゃいけない。
So yeah, let's just do quickly some Anki and then do some Tokini Andy. そういえば俺。
そういえば俺、密則に謝らなきゃいけないことがある。
そういえば俺。Ewin, is tomorrow good to play some Shinchan? Tomorrow is Tuesday. そういえば俺。
そういえば俺、密則に謝らなきゃいけないことがある。
密則に謝らなきゃいけないことがある。そういえば俺。
そういえば俺、密則に謝らなきゃいけないことがある。
密則に謝らなければいけないことがある。I have something I need to apologize for Mitsu-kun. Speaking of which,そういえば means speaking of which. I have something I must apologize for Mitsu for. みたいだね. It looks like it. Yeah, if it's in the afternoon. I hope, yeah. No, this time must be afternoon. No more late night. I think this will be the last late night. I hate late nights, not going to lie. I prefer afternoons. But yeah, tomorrow let's do it afternoon. みたいだね. Seems like it.
お前なんかと一緒にするな。
お前なんこと一緒にするな。 Yeah, late night is very late, you know.
お前なんかと一緒にする
I
な。
prefer to prepare to sleep rather than like doing anything else. You get tired as well.
お前なんかと一緒にするな。
お前なんかと一緒にするな。Don't compare me with you, with the likes of you. お前なんかと with the likes of you. Don't compare me with the likes of you. お前なんかと一緒にするな。Don't lump me with it together with this one. It's late, but my imagination doesn't care about me being sleepy. But I don't know. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good late at night. But I always get best ideas before I sleep, of course. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good. Like in the past, I used to do a lot of late night lessons, even Japanese as well. And then I wanna write them. Of course, yeah, no. Late night sometimes is good. But because lately I've been trying to sleep good. And when I do late night, I don't sleep early. So I don't know. It's a two-edged sword. Sometimes it can take a few hours. Yeah. それも子供の頃に。When I was a child, that's when I was a kid. 急に means no, but then you're even more sleepy the next day. That's it. This is the, yeah. I need to wake up early, like fresh, you know? If I sleep early, I wake up early fresh. 急に。
人の命が失われたのに。
人に命が失われたのに。even though a person lost his life.
お願い、まだソードを使わなきゃいけないの。
お願い、まだソードを使わなきゃいけないの。Please, I need to still use the sword.
そういえば俺、
そういえば
密族に謝らなきゃいけないことがある。
そういえば俺、Speaking of which,ミツオ君に謝らなきゃいけないことがある。Have something, speaking of which, I have something I must apologize for ミツオ君。Okay, let's just do G-Lab.
変な人。
変な人、a weird person. 変な人。待って、戦ってはダメ。Wait, fighting is bad. 味わったことがあるのか Have you tasted this before?
仕事の時間だ。
仕事の時間だ。Time for work.
確かめなきゃ。
確かめなきゃ。I must make sure.
まあ、考えておくよ。
考えておくよ。まあ、考えておくよ。I think about it.
これで飛べるわ。
これで飛べるわ。You can fly with this. With this, you can fly. 飛べる。
一度失敗して泣いたり逃げたりすると。
一度失敗して泣いたり逃げたりすると。It's okay if one time you mess up, you fail. 失敗した means to fail. It's okay if one time you fail and cry and run away. No. Yeah. No. Maybe yes. 一度失敗して泣いたり逃げたりすると。Yeah. If you fail once and cry and run away, it's okay. It's okay.
お前と戦うつもりはない。
お前と戦うつもりはない。I don't intend to fight with you. Okay. Body parts. This is elbow. Forgot how to pronounce it though. Elbow. Hiza. No, not hiza. Hiza is a knee. But this is elbow. I forgot how to pronounce it. Hiji, of course. Hiji. Okay, hiji. Elbow. Okay, face. That's... Forgot. Ago. That's Ho. No, not ho. Ho. It is ho. Ho. Mayuge. Mayuge, eyebrow. That's... No, is it hitai? Hitai, forehead. Hitai. Okay, forehead. So that's again, that's how did I forget this? Forgot, can't believe it. Ago, chin and jaw. Okay, ago. Okay, anyways, let's just watch Tokini Andy. Okay, yeah, let's just watch Tokini Andy. Slowly rising Tokini Andy.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Quartet Lesson 3, Part 2 live stream. Tonight we have a lot of different things to cover. We're going to be covering
1 hour, and that's it.
Niyotte, bekida and beki de wa nai, to wa kagiranai, kara to itte, and a new usage of noni. Before I get started, I just want to point out the different colors that we use in this.
A new usage of noni. Kara to itte. Okay. Okay, yeah, yesterday or the other day, Saturday, we did tameni, toshite, and nitotte. And of course, we did nanto ittemo and uchini. Okay. I remember uchini. I remember we had a whole conversation about uchini. Wait, let's remind ourselves about uchini. Okay. So the difference between aidani and uchini. Aidani literally means while, indicating two things happen at the same time. Yeah, this is happening while the other thing is happening. Uchini literally means within, implying to want it to happen before something else ends. Okay, yeah, I definitely understand. Uchini and aidani. Okay, let's just continue.
Oni. Before I get started, I just want to point out the different colors that we use in this lesson. The new grammar points are in light blue, and any vocabulary that doesn't show up in quartet or in Genki yet, we have in these different colors based on their JLPT level. Tonight's lesson is sponsored by all of the members of TokiniAndy.com and Patreon. If you want to get tons of extra bonus content for all of the Genki lessons, every single one of them, and all of the quartet lessons up until this point, please consider checking out TokiniAndy.com, and you can join over 800 members on both there and Patreon to get a bunch of extra learning material and help support these lessons so that we can keep doing them for free here on YouTube. Thank you so much to all of you who are supporters there, and for all of you who are here right now, thanks for clicking on this video. Today we're going to be covering depends on with noun niyotte. Noun niyotte. Let me get my little pointer up on the screen, right like that. So noun niyotte is very easy to make. All you need to do is attach niyotte to a noun, and what that means is depending on this noun, something, or according to this noun or something like that. Okay, this is, you've seen niyotte in Genki when we were doing so des, but this is a little bit different, and maybe dashi it might have shown up with. But in that situation, it meant according to so and so this. This one is slightly different. It means depending on that it might have shown up with. But in that situation, it meant according to so and so this. This so des, but this is a little bit different, and maybe dashi it might have shown up with. But in that situation is slightly different. It means depending on something. So for example, in our very first example sentence, we have 地域によって人の雰囲気が違います。地域によって。So 地域 is an area. So depending on the area, right? So it just means depending on something. So depending on the area, people have a different feel. 雰囲気が違います。This is 雰囲気 is a vocabulary word from this lesson. I've always heard 雰囲気 as 雰囲気. That's how I've always heard in Japanese. It still sounds like 雰囲気 to me in Japanese. Even when Japanese people say it, no matter how hard I listen, I hear 雰囲気. But it's not that. It's 雰囲気. 雰囲気. So just keep in mind it's going to sound like 雰囲気 to you, I think, as well, if you're an American listener. Most people seem to hear this one as 雰囲気. And I have a hard time. Well, if you're 雰囲気, but it's not that. It's 雰囲気.
You touch our dark secret.
Japanese. Even when Japanese people say it, no matter. That's how I've always heard in Japanese. It still sounds like fuinki to me in Japanese. Even when Japanese people say it, no matter.
雰囲気 and 雰囲気. Ah, very hard to pronounce. 雰囲気、雰囲気、
雰囲気。
雰囲気. Very hard to pronounce.
How hard I
雰
listen,
囲気、
I
雰囲
hear
気、
fuinki.
雰
But
囲
it's not that. It's funiki.
Fu-
Funiki. Funiki. Ne?
気、
So just keep in
雰囲気
mind it's going to sound
雰囲気、雰囲気、雰囲気、
like fuinki to you, I think, as well, if you're an American
雰
listener.
囲気.
Most people seem to hear this one as fuinki. And I have a hard time not saying it like that because I heard it like that for 7 years until one day I read it in a book and it had the furigan and it said funiki. And I was like, what? That is not what I remember this word being for 7 years. So glad I finally figured it out. But anyway, depending on the area,
Okay.
people have a different feel. Hito no fuinki
地域によって人の雰囲気が違います。
が違います。The next one is
It's a nice word though. 雰囲気、雰囲気。
時間の使い
時間の
方。
使い
So
What does it mean? Ah, feel different. Wait, 雰囲気 means different. Feel? Atmosphere, mood. Ah,
雰囲気。
雰囲気、
雰囲気。
雰囲気、雰囲気、
雰囲気。
雰囲気、雰囲気。
雰囲気。
Means atmosphere, aura, avra. It's it. Avra, ambience, mood. Both are okay. You can read it either way, no? Yeah, KM, that's what KM is saying. Both ways are the same.
we have two
雰囲気 or 雰囲気. Okay. But for some reason, my library, my dictionary doesn't read the 雰囲気. It just reads 雰囲気. Okay.
two different words making up a single noun, so your usage of time or the way you use time, によって depending
no.
on that. 人
Winky is more commonly pronounced, though it's wrong, huh? Ah, that's why the dictionary doesn't say it, because it's wrong. Both have the same kanji. But they have two different furigana, two different hiragana, but the same kanji. Just switch between e and
雰囲気。
雰囲気. Okay.
人生は変わるだろう. Your life will probably change.
時間の使い方によって人生は変わるだろう. Depending on how you use your time, 時間の使い方によって人生は変わるだろう.
Life, it'll probably change since we have the wa particle here. So 時間の使い方
時間の使い方
によって depending
によ
on
って
your 時間の使い方, how you use your
人生は
time. Next sentence is a little bit longer what comes before によって, but you'll see that it's not actually. So here we have それぞれの国の住みやすさは So as for the ease of living in each country, 人によって異なると思います. It differs depending on the person or depending on people, I think. So と思います, right? So the real part that is being modified by によって is 人によって depending on the person. 異なると思います. It will differ.
異なると思います. The ease of living in each country, それぞれの国の住みやすさは人によって異なると思います. The ease of living in each country differs depending on the person, I think.
So what comes before that is それぞれの国の住みやすさは So the ease of living in each country. So それぞれ is each
それぞれ
each の国 country and 住みやすい means easy to live, right? But if you change the end of an e adjective to sa, you can treat it like a noun. So 住みやすさ, so ease of living, that's now treated as a noun. Wa, as for that, 人によって異なると思います. Our next sentence is 料理は愛情によって
Why did I hear 料理? It's 料理.
our next sentence is 料理は
He sounds like he's saying gyori for some reason.
愛情によって
料理は愛情によってもっと美味しくなる。美味しくなる。
So as for
As for
food,
food.
料理は if we're talking about food, 愛情によって depending on the love put into it, 愛情によってもっと美味しくなる。
愛情
It becomes more delicious. What do you guys think? You
Depending
think,
on the
you
love
think
put
that's
in it.
true? Do you think food becomes more delicious depending
もっ
on
と美味し
whether or not there was love put into
美
it?
味しくなる。
Let us know in chat or in the
美味しくなる。
comments. So the next one is
I
a little
believe
bit
I
different.
believe it's true. Oishijo is very important when making food. You must love. Yanmasa, Fuinki is a net slang. What's a net slang? Fuinki.
Different, and you'll see why.
Yanmasa, what's a
どれだ
net slang?
だけ筋トレを頑張るかによって早くシックスパックができる。
がで
So
きる。
depending on just how long you how hard you work to lift weights, you can get a six pack fast. So you'll see that there is not a noun before によって in this
頑
example
張るかによって
sentence. So there's one other way that you can use によって You can
どれだけ筋トレを頑張るかによって早くシックス
attach it
パッ
to
ク
a question or
でき
like
る。
an embedded question. So to do that, or to make that embedded question, we actually talked about this 2 or 3 weeks ago with the sort of whether or not ka marker, right? It's the question marker, but it's used in the grammar point that means whether or not. In this case, it's just one ka, so it's whether. So どれだけ筋トレを頑張るかによって So depending on whether you work hard
Or
lifting
not.
weights, and the どれだけ is just how much. So just how much you work hard at lifting weights. That would be the more literal translation of that. Whether you do that or not. 早くシックスパックができる. You can get a six pack fast, or you can complete a six pack fast. So if you embed a question before によって you can say depending on a full sentence, not just a noun. So depending on whether this happens or not. So ね。明日仕事あるか
頑張るか。
によって whether or not I have work tomorrow. Something, you know, something like that. All right, so last time we had a sort of a story that we read through. So since the first lesson was a story, this lesson is going to be dialogue. That's how we're going to be doing this from now on. There will be a story in part 1 and a dialogue in part 2, or vice versa. It'll depend on sort of what the grammar points are and how I feel like I can sort of, what I can make with
So
those
3.
grammar points. This time, it's dialogue. So we've got Andy.
もう少し日本語をうまくなりたいな。本とか読んでいる？いや、
いや、
特に読んでないね。テレビとか見ている？見ていないね。ゲームとか日本語でやっている？会話の中で新しい言葉を使おうとしている？特にスペシャル。
挑戦しているかによってうまくなるでしょう。Alright, let's read that at full speed.
もう少し日本語をうまくなりたいな。
本とか読んでいる？いや、特に読んでないね。テレビとか見ている？見てないね。ゲームとか日本語でやっている？会話の中で新しい言葉を使おうとしている？特に挑戦しているかによってうまくなるでしょう。Alright, so I do not have the English translations for this dialogue. We're going to break this down together just like we did with the story for a couple of reasons. Two reasons in particular. One is I'm trying to remove as much of the English from these as possible because we are in the middle of an intermediate textbook, and I feel like it's going to be more useful for you guys to try and break down these sentences on your own. If you're a member of the website, you're able to download these slides, of course, and you may wish that the English was there, but I do feel like trying to break these down on your own later as well will be more beneficial for you at this point in your studies. So if you disagree with me, let me know, but I feel like
do not disagree
that's
at
gonna
all.
be more useful at this
もう
point. So I
少し日
decided
本
to
語
knock the
上手くなりたい
English
な
in。this lesson from
I want to be a little bit better at 日本語。
or in any lesson from
I
here on out,
want.
unless there's
I want to become better. もう少し。little bit more better at 日本
some
語。
outrage. But anyway, here we go. So もう少し
もう
日本語
少し日本語
上手くなりたい
上手くなりたいな。
So I would like to become a bit better.
bit
もう
better.
少し a bit better at Japanese. 日本語上手くなりたいな. So that na is sort of adding some wishfulness to this. 上手くなりたいな. 本
とか読んでいる
So
Do you
toka,
read,
of
do you
course,
read books
is-
and stuff like
it's
this?
the one that sort of inexhaustible list or just an example within a list of different things that might be happening.
Do
It's
you
not
think
just
like
the
books?
and particle to. So 本と何々読んでいる. It's 本とか. Are you reading books and stuff? Reading books and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, no.
特に読んでないね。
特に読んでないね。I don't
Nothing
especially
in
read.
particular, or
Nothing in
not
particular.
reading in particular. 特に読んでないね. So technically this would be 読んでいないね, but very frequently in conversation you drop that い
読んでない
and
ね。
いる.
This
and
one.
you just get
Even this one that we struggle, or I struggle a lot with.
てるね. So 読
読ん
んで
でい
い
な
ないい
ね。
ね would be the grammatically correct version.
テレビとか見ている
but in conversation more commonly,
Do you watch
読んでない
TV?
ね。テレビとか見ている
Do you
Are
watch
you
TV?
watching television and stuff?
見ていない。見てないね。見てないね。
No, I'm not watching it. Or just
Watching-
no, I'm not. ゲ
ゲームとか日本語でやっている
Are you doing games and stuff in Japanese? 日本語で Nope. 会話の中で新しい言葉を使おうとしている Are you are you making an effort? Remember としている with the
Attempting.
volitional form 使おうとしている Are you
あれは
making an
attempting
effort
to
to
make.
use new words
To
新しい言葉 in conversation 会話の中で
会話の中で新しい言
So
葉
just
を
saying 特に after
使
a
おう
question generally
使
will
おう
imply
と
the
している
negative. Not really is what 特に means. Not in
Okay,
particular.
特に
Something like that. So it's just
挑戦しているか
特に implies not really. 挑戦しているか
挑戦してい
So
る
we
か
have the sentence marked by によって here. 挑戦
挑戦
しいるか
してているか
whether or
待
not
って
you're challenging yourself. 挑戦しているか
挑戦しているか
によって So
によって
depending on whether or not you're challenging yourself, うまくなるでしょう. You'll get
うま
better.
くなるでしょ
So Yuki's being a little bit 厳しい here. Alright, question time.
天気によって
あなたの予定
あなたの予定はどうなりますか
曇り、霧、台風、雪など. Alright, so some examples of the answer to that would be 雨によって洗濯をしないことにします。晴れによって予定通りハイキングに行きます。Alright, I'll go over the English with you here. 天気によって、so depending on the weather,
あなたの予定はどうなりますか
What will happen to your plans? So depending on, here's some types of weather you could use. 曇り、霧、台風、雪. Kiri, by the way, is fog. So 雨によって depending on if it rains or depending on rain, 洗濯をしないことにします。I will decide to not do laundry. 晴れによって if it's clear out, 予定通り as planned, ハイキングに行きます。I'll go hiking. So tell us what will happen to your plans. Depend-
暑いによってジムに行かないで。とても暑いによってジムに行かないで。
Depending on the weather. Our next section is should
行かない、basically. 行かない。
or should not with べきだ.
べきだ。
Should not, by the way, is べきではない. So let's take a look
It's
at
similar to はず。
this. To make べき,
べき
which
だ。
means should or to use it, you just need to attach it to the dictionary form of a verb. So the dictionary form of a verb followed by べきだ.
べきだ。
べきだ, which means should. For
べきではない。
the negative,
shouldn't.
should not do something, we take the dictionary form and put べきではない. べきではない.
ではない。
Or べきじゃない. べきじゃない is also fine. For suru, suru is the only one that is slightly different. So for suru, you can say
すべきだ。
or するべきで
あー
はない
okay.
or するべきじゃない but you can also shorten it to just すべきだ
すべき
or すべきではない or すべきじゃない so you can get rid of the do for する only okay
Okay, べきだ is
Keep that in
easy. べ
mind
きだ is
for
easy.
べきだべきではありませんもあります yep any ending ではないではありませんじゃない anything like that is the same da can also be des べきです of course all right so some example sentences that can
反
sort of
対
get
の
us
意
into
見
a
を
conversation
言
about
われ
why
て
this
も
is different than ほがいい and other types of should that we've talked about first one 反対の意
反
見
対
を
の意見
言
を
われて
言
も
われても
よ
よく
く相
相手の
手の話を
話を
聞くべきだ
聞くべきだ。
even if you're given an opinion opposite from your own. So 反
You
対の
should
意見を
listen.
言われても even if you're told or given an opinion opposite from
So
your own.
意見 is opinion な。
反対の意見
反対の意見を
よく相手の話を聞くべきだ。
よく相手の話を
You should
聞くべきだ。
listen to what the other person says well. So this is sort of a general thing, right? This isn't necessarily talking to a specific person and saying you should do this. We're talking about sort of a general situation here. If you're given an opinion that's opposite to your own, you should still listen to what the person has to say. Well, is what this says, and it's a very general sort of opinion, right? It's an opinion about what I think or what someone thinks you should do. So that's one of the kind of situations you can use be.
Wait, so 反対 is different. 反対の意見を言われてもよく相手の話を聞くべきだ。
In a situation where just in general, I think people should do this kind of thing.
相手の
You
話
can
を
also
聞くべき
use
だ。
should to tell someone that they should do something, but you need to be careful with it because it is sort of taken like you're like somewhat like a command. It's very strong. If you say someone should do this, they will probably take it like a command.
反対 means opposite, of course. I know the first kanji, this one, which means opposite. 反 means opposite, anti, against. Yeah, I know it. When I was learning the kanjis in an app, I remember an image that showed 反, which means anti or opposite, basically. There it is, 反, anti, yeah.
反
反 means anti, so 反対 is opposition, opposite. Okay.
I've seen people get mad when people have used Becky with them.
I was always confusing han with tomo, friend. Tomo with. So han means anti. It has the same pronunciation as ha. And tomo, very similar. That's why I was confusing them both. Okay.
Because they feel like maybe the person giving them the advice shouldn't be giving them the advice. So you do want to be careful with this if you're actually telling someone directly that they should do something. Now, technically, you're not supposed to use Becky for yourself. So you're not going to say, I should go to work today. You're not supposed to use Becky in that situation. You're going to say, 方がいい or なければならない something like that. I must go, things like that. You're not going to use Becky, but
やりたいことは
sometimes
やってみるべきだと思います。
do it anyway. So just so you know, you might hear people use it anyway, but grammatically speaking, you're not supposed to. So next sentence.
やりたいことはやってみるべきだと思います。
I think you
think you
should
should
try
try
and do
and do
what
what
you
you
want
want
to do.
to.
やりたいこと thing you want to do は speaking of that
やってみるべきだと
you should
思い
try
ます。
to do と思います I think you should
と思い
try
ます。
and do what you want to do. Another general statement, just a general thing. This is how I feel in general about what people should do, whatever they want.
日本に来たら
日本に来たら
If you come to
if you come
Japan,
to Japan. いろ
いろいろな
日
日
本食
本
を
食を
チャレン
チャレンジしてみるべきだ
と思います。
と思い
If
ま
you
す。
come to Japan, 日本に
That you
来た
should
ら
try and attempt various Japanese
I
foods.
think that you should try
お
and attempt
も
various
ちろん
Japanese foods. So,
もちろん日本食を、食べてみる。
チャレ
日本のケーキはとてもたくさん食べてみる。
ンジ It sounds like challenge, right? And that is basically the usage of it. You should challenge yourself to different types of food, but
い
it's
ろいろな日
used sort of
本
just like attempt or
日
try
本
something.
食を
It just means like try.
チャレンジ。Wait, チャレンジ means チャレンジ。
You should
チャレンジしてみ
and
る。
attempt that up. I think that you should try and attempt various Japanese foods. So, チャレンジ
チャレンジし
It
て
sounds
み
like
る。
challenge, right? And that is basically the usage of it. You should challenge yourself to different types of food, but it's used sort of just like attempt or try something. It just means like try.
チャレンジしてみる
But since we also have te miru
べ
before
き
it,
だと思います。
I didn't want to translate it as I think you should try and try various Japanese foods because that would sound very repetitive. So I used the attempt translation of charenji. So I think you should try 日本食をチャレンジしてみる. Try and attempt various Japanese food. Another sort of general thing, but maybe someone told me they might go to Japan. So 日本に来たら or you guys 日本に来たらいろいろな日本食をチャレンジしてみるべきだと思います。
日本に来たらいろいろな日本に来たらいろいろな日本食をチャレンジしてみるべきだと思いま
I do
す。
think that you should try to challenge yourself to various Japanese foods.
小さい
小
頃
さい
から
頃からディズニー映画ばかり見るべきではありません。
見るべきではあり
Okay,
ま
we
せん。
finally get to our first べきではありません our should not. So when you were small, 小さい頃
小さい頃
から from when you were
か
small.
ら
ディズニー映画ばかり
ばかり
見るべきではありません。You
見るべ
shouldn't
きではあり
watch
ません。
nothing but Disney movies. So this is sort of a double negative. You can't really do this in English, but you can in Japanese. Double negatives are all over the place. So I translated it into a double negative. You shouldn't watch nothing but Disney movies, right? Because bakari is nothing but. It's not only. I mean, it's basically only, but it's
Nothing but.
nothing but Disney movies. Another general thing.
小さい頃からディズニー映画ばかり見るべきではありません。
Right? It's not to someone in specifically,
She's like
just sort of
Korokara.
in general. This is what whoever wrote this sentence believes. Next one might be sort of a command or telling someone directly what I feel like the truth is, or it could be general. We'll see. 給料が入った後にすぐお金を使ってしまうべきではありません。You shouldn't use all of your money as soon as your salary comes in, if possible. So 給料が入った後に after your salary comes in, すぐ right away お金を使ってしまう completely use all of your money べきではありません shouldn't. Of course, some people have no
給料が入った後にすぐお金を使ってしまうべきだはありません。
choice.
べきではありません。
If you have a choice, you shouldn't. So this one now, this
前
one
の
is, there's two different ways we could read it. So let's be careful with this one and take it a little slow. Okay. 前の選挙ではその政治家に投票すべきではなかった。Alright, so there's a couple words here that you've probably never seen before. Three of them actually.
前の選挙で
election, 政治家, which means politician, and 投票, which means to vote.
投票
So what this says is at the last election, 前
の
の
選挙で
at
は
the last election,
その政治家に
投票すべきではなかった. You shouldn't have voted for that politician. Now,
その政治
Nikki wrote
家
this sentence,
that politician
and I think maybe she can confirm
投
perhaps
票
us
すべ
that
き
she was
で
writing it about
はなか
herself.
った。
どうですか？この文章は自分のことに対して書いてたですかね？
勇気。
選挙のやつですよね。
うん。
そう。
そうだよね。はい。Yes, so she wrote this sentence about herself. Now, you may remember I said earlier that grammatically, you're not supposed to use べき for yourself. You're supposed to say なきゃいけない or 方がいい or something like that. But some people do. Especially when it's something they wish they didn't do or that they shouldn't have done, people will use it. So you need to be aware that people are going to use it this way, okay? So I translated it here as you shouldn't, so it's more like saying to some person that they shouldn't have voted for that person. But it was written by a native Japanese person about themselves, so I thought you should know that.
前の選挙ではその政治家に投票すべきではなかった。前の選挙ではその政治家に投票すべきではなかった。So last election, that politician should not have voted. You should not have voted for that politician in the last election. Okay.
Let's go into the dialogue. I'll read it slowly once, then at full speed.
どれにした方がいいと思う？
どれにした
方がいいと思う？どれというか、全部をやるべきだと思うよ。本当に上手くなりたいのなら。読書は嫌だな。日本のテレビもなんか嫌だし。アニメの主人公にイラつくんだよ。じゃあゲームは日本のゲームの主人公もなんかうざい。じゃあ外国のテレビやゲームを日本語で見ればねえ。じゃあやっぱり会話で新しい言葉を意識して使うべきだね。どれにした方がいいと思う？どれというか、全部をやるべきだと思うよ。本当に上手くなりたいのなら、読書は嫌だな。日本のテレビもなんか嫌だし、アニメの主人公にイラつくんだよ。じゃあゲームは日本のゲームの主人公もなんかうざい。じゃあ外国のテレビやゲームを日本語で見ればねえ。じゃあやっぱり会話で新しい言葉を意識して使うべきだね。What is this sentence? How
little. どれにした方がいいと思う？
Sometimes, bro, KM, sometimes your brain just comes up with any sentences, bro. I feel sometimes I just want to write any sentence.
どれに should I choose?
For me as well.
方がいい。So I'm speaking about myself here, right? So which do you think と思う I should choose? Now I'm using the word should in English here. So you would think that I could
どれにした方がいいと思う？ What should I use?
We're going to use things like 方がいい。So どれにした方がいいと思う？
どれにした方がいいと思う？どれというか全部をやるべきだと思うよ。
全部をやるべきだと思うよ。
I think you
should do all of them. 全部をやるべきだと思うよ。
全部やるべきだと思うよ。
All of them. You know?
本当に上手くなりたいのなら。
If it's true,
本当に上手くなりたいのなら。
So if it's true, we've got that nara. Because I said it. I'm the one that said I wanted to get better. So you can use nara here to say if it's true.
本当に上手くなりない。
本当に上手くなりたいのなら that you really want to get better.
上手くなりたいのな
then
ら。
I think this is what you should do. 読書はなら方がいい。So どれにした方がいいと思う？ Which do you think I should choose?
どれというか。
Whether one or the other you would choose. どれという
か。どれというか。Whichever you choose. 全部をやるべきだ。You should do all.
I think you should do all of them. 全部をやるべきだと
本当に上手くなりたいのなら。If you really want to become better.
本当に上手くなりたいのなら。If it's true that you really want to get better. So if it's true, we've got that nara.
読書は嫌だな。
So you can use nara here to say if it's true, 本当に上手くなりたいのなら that you really want to get better,
should do all of them.
Then I think this is what you should do. 読書
読書は
嫌だな。
嫌だな。
読書 means reading. 読書は嫌だな。I don't like reading.
日本のテレビもなんか嫌だし。
Japanese
Oh,
television is
sorry.
also like something I don't like about it, or something I don't like. Yeah. Something I don't like.
読書なんか嫌だ
I'm
し。
using the nanka as in something. There's something I don't like about it.
アニメの
アニメ
の主人公に
イラつくんだよ。 means to get annoyed at. 主人公 is main character. So アニメの main character.
主人公に
Anime's main character, I get annoyed at. イラつくんだよ。
イラつくんだよ。
じゃあゲームは？
Well,
how about games?
日本のゲームの
主人
公もなんかうざい。
There's something really annoying about Japanese game main characters as well, is what this person's saying. I do kind of feel this way about a lot of Japanese games that I've tried to play and anime characters. They're all kind of annoying. じゃあ外国のテレビやゲームを日本ので見れば Well, how about you watch 見れば How about you watch, or what if you watch foreign TV shows and games in Japanese? ねえ It's just ねえ
じゃあ
Well,
やっぱり Yeah, this is what I'm trying to do as well. I want to find dub in Japanese dub, but I cannot find.
新しい言葉を意識して使うべきだね。
やっぱり会話が新しい言葉を意識して使うべきだね。
会話で新しい言葉を使うべき。So you should pay attention and use new words in conversation. べきだね。
べきだね。
Alright, question time.
あなたの友達が生活のことで困っています。べきだよ。べきだよ。を使ってアドバイスを言ってあげましょう。
Alright, let's check what some examples of
もっと野菜を食べるべきだよ。
野菜を食べるべきだよ。
食べるべきだよ。寝る時間、
睡眠
長くすべきだよ。何かお礼のプレゼントをすべきだよ。
So the question is, あなたの友達が生活のことで困っています。Your friend is having trouble with something in their life or just in their day-to-day life. They're in trouble. They're having a rough time. 〇〇べきだよを使ってアドバイスを言ってあげましょう。Let's give them some advice.
アドバイス。
〇〇 something something べきだよ。So give them advice using 〇〇べきだよ。The examples were もっと野菜を食べるべきだよ。You should
寝る時間を
寝る時間 or 睡眠時間を長くすべきだよ。You should sleep longer. 何かお礼のプレゼントをすべきだよ。You should give a present as お礼 as a gift, right? Something. 何かお礼のプレゼントをすべきだよ。You should give a present of something. So, your friend's in trouble. You're going to have to imagine your friend being in trouble here. Give him some advice. All right, so moving on to the next section, we've got it's not always the case.
So, 私の友達、もっとジムを行くべきだよ。
So, your friend's in trouble. You're going to have to always the case with toa.
Yeah, we do this tomorrow. But yeah, let's just end it here. How much time did we do? 53 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I think that's enough for today. Yeah, I'm going to go hopefully to sleep. But tomorrow is going to be 2 streams. ジムに行くべきだよ。But yeah, tomorrow is going to be 2 streams. One playing Shinchan and the other one is intransitive. So yeah, we're going to play Shinchan. Hopefully in the afternoon. And then do a little bit of intransitive. It's going to be fun. But anyways, guys, thank you very much. Only 10 more kanji and I have 2,000. Yuki, you will reach my goal. My goal is to reach 2,000 as well. Great job. Thank you very much, KM. Yuki, you're amazing, bro. Oh. So in Renshu, bro, Yuki, you count them in Renshu? Oyasu mi nasai. Yuki, I'm thinking about writing like with my pen. I'm going to start writing like with a pen, yeah, with this pen. I already printed some papers so that I can write each kanji 100 times with my own hands, with my fingers, with my yubi, watashi no yubi. So I'm thinking about writing 2,000 kanjis 100 times each. This is the goal. This is the challenge. I don't know when to start, but hopefully soon. So no, I can't write them. Okay. In Renshu, huh? 2,000 kanji, bro. This is my goal, Yuki. This is my goal. Oyasu minasai. And that's all all the kanjis you need. No, you don't need to learn any more. You don't need to learn any more kanjis. Basically, the rest of the kanjis that you're going to learn is you're going to learn them along the way. When you watch something, you just learn it. It becomes easier. Mata ashita, guys. Mata ashita. Oyasu minasai. Ewin, thank you as well for joining. Mata ashita. Otsukaresama deshita. Thank you very much. Mata ashita. And yeah, mata ashita. We'll definitely meet tomorrow again. We'll definitely going to meet again. Aimasu. Mata aimasu. But yeah, bye bye guys. Bye bye.